been a long time coming since the first LP. I've been working hard on technique so y'all cannot feel me. I don't give a damn on what you think, what you smoke, what you drink, what you say, what you spread, what you betray of me. I'ma stay spitting raps, making tracks, raising facts. All your cats faking jacks, stop and grow with me. I'ma let y'all in on the best kept secret. Visual beyond some deep shit with realistic features.
I think it's gonna be good though. I think J Biz is tripping. A plus likes it. He said it's fire. He saw it. So we got
reviews.
We got two differing opinions here.
I think I'll just be excited to see everybody in it.
Yeah, J Biz's critique of it is that the acting is terrible. So,
well, it's the Battle Truth syndrome, right?
Yeah, that is true.
You don't look at them as actors.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I don't know about you guys. I don't think I'm excited for the shoddy horror version of this. I think it's going to be good. I'm up for a good battle rap love story.
You remember Brown Sugar, the movie Brown Sugar?
Brown Sugar?
I had Most Def in it.
Maybe. It sounds a little familiar, but
this was after like
really.
Most was like just starting to blow up, and Brown Sugar came out. And I remember seeing the trailers and hearing about it because I was such a Most Def fanatic that I knew like all the shit, like whatever he was on, I was up on.
Yeah.
So when this movie came out and I knew that he was in it, I was like so excited. I went to see it in the theater. Blah blah blah. Got the DVD just for that, just because Most was in it. My point is that it was a love story. Most had a brief part in it. You know, it was a pretty small role. So I was just excited to see the movie because Most was in it, and the story wasn't.
Did it suck?
Anyways, that he wasn't even the main character.
So it sucked.
Well, no, it was a straight movie, but I'm just saying that if you like the battle rap in general, like you probably like the movie because it involves it.
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, you got Hollow and Lux on a 2-on-2 in there.
Salute to Sun God. Sun God's in there. And his
I can't see the chat, guys. I'm on my phone. You know, I'm in San Francisco.
You're in Oakland. That's the other side.
Stuff out here. Oh, okay. What else, man, has been going on? Battle rap. What have I been blogging on lately? I can't remember.
Yeah, Most is actually a really good actor. He's talented all around. I love Most. Black Star's supposed to be having the sequel album that they've been talking about for over a decade now. Like damn near 20.
What's up with Carter 5?
I'm hearing it was a hoax.
What? A hoax?
Yeah,
we've had
weird.
5 years of hoaxes.
Because I saw something on a Twitter feed saying, like finding out that the Carter 5 was fake all along or something. Like, I don't know. It's not
supposed to drop a few days ago and it never dropped at midnight. And I'm like, that's not funny.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up for hardcore fans to think.
I mean, especially what we've gone through in the past few years with Lil Wayne and
these songs are gonna be like 10 years old by the time they.
Well, is it the same songs though?
I gotta forget the whole verses on it because they did it so long ago.
I thought it was like a new album he did. I mean, he can't release the songs
forever. I thought the album was done a while back ago.
No, it was, but he can't release that. That's like it's 5-6 years old. It's dated.
That's how artists move. A song can blow up. It could be 5 years old.
I don't know.
If you're not like power push.
He's going to be mentioning Obama and stuff and referencing stuff like that. Like, what are we doing? Or maybe even like Bush. George, like, who knows when this was recorded?
Shit was 8 years ago. 9 years ago.
That's what I'm saying, though. Oh, man. That's crazy.
He's still saying good things about Baby in the album.
He still apparently they made up. It's all good. Coup de la, no big deal. He only stole $50 million from me. It's good. It's cool. They made up. They kissed. They made up.
They tongue kissed and they were good.
Yeah, I think they did. That's what they do. That's what they do. Like in our tradition, like Arabic tradition, men will kiss family members at least will kiss each other on the cheek when they greet each other. But on the lips, that's going a little too far, bro. Like, that's your lips.
Yeah, it's weird. And you see those pictures.
I mean, the cheeks. Italians do it.
Nah.
The Arabic people do it. I don't Puerto Ricans do it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think you guys
we'll do side to side depending on where you're from and how formal it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the formality of it, and we only do it with family members, like when we on holidays and shit, which is the worst. I have figured a way out of it though. When I walk in on a holiday, because normally you got to go around and kiss everybody on the cheek, all your aunts and everybody. I do the wave. Because come on, man. I mean, after a few years, you get old enough, you can get away with the wave. When you're young, you can't. But I'm old. If I want to do the wave, ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing.
The pat on the shoulder.
I'm like, hey, everybody, and wave, and I'm good. I don't gotta walk around. I'm good with the wave, man. Enough's enough.
Speaking of the wave, Mike, I heard a video that Mike Wavy put out. Oh my God, Mike Wavy, what are you doing? It was terrible.
What the Styrofoam's remix?
The remix.
Yeah, I got about 2 minutes into it, and I don't think
the whole shit
it hurt my ears.
Clipping. Yeah, the whole shit, the whole audio was clipping. It was terrible, distorted.
Yeah, I turned it off. I don't know what he was doing. But at first I thought it was a remix. I was excited. I need to get on the remix. I need to have my own version. I need the instrumental. Come on.
You just want to hear.
Is there a way?
Do the woo?
Visual, is there a way to because I've researched this and I feel like it's a bunch of lies, but is there a software that can get rid of the vocals and just have the instrumental?
There's a lot of things you can do with Pro Tools or with Frequency.
But really get rid of the vocals?
No, not really.
Because there were people saying, "Oh yeah, you
use
can
some
do
stuff.
it."
You can mess with the waveforms, but you can't just.
Yeah, if you don't have the actual tracks, I don't see how you can do
right.
it. But people, if you Google it right now, they'll try to sell you something that can do it, and I'm like, "There's no way." Otherwise, it'd be like being done like crazy.
Actually, Adobe's. If anybody could do it, I would say Adobe can do it because they're working on crazy technology right now. Like they have Photoshop for audio, basically.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Well, I mean, that sounds like what this would be, Photoshop for audio.
But this technology is not even like, I don't even know if it's out. I know it's in testing and all that, like since they introduced it like last year.
So everybody's critique of this song is that there's too much going on in the hooks. When I play it at the bar, you don't really notice it. I hear what you're saying when you hear it normally. I just think that I don't think it's. If I had to remix it, I would get rid of the part where he goes during the hook, and then when his voice breaks down, he's got all that delay on there, and I would take that off because I think it takes away from what he's saying.
That's doubling.
Is that his overdubs?
Doubling.
It's not just the delay of it.
Most songs that are actually engineered correctly, and any song you hear on the radio is going to have doubling, which is it's a latency, but not so much that if it echoes, it's a certain amount, it's a certain percentage, and it makes your voice sound fuller because there is two separate vocals, but because you're sampling it, duplicating it, but it's so close together, but not fully together that it makes it richer. And
when I would record,
has it.
When I would record, I would lay 3 exact tracks down on top of each other, exactly the same way.
That would just make it louder.
No, it makes it fuller. If you listen to my songs and minus 2 of those tracks, it would sound way different. It wouldn't just be louder.
That's what you're doing is you're doubling, but you're doubling incorrectly.
Well, I've tried to do what you're saying and just doubling like
It's a
from the
delay.
one,
It's a delay
but
effect.
it doesn't sound the same. Because well, Tupac actually what made it popular. He would lay 3 or 4 tracks down, all similar cadences, and then do an overdub over on top of it of just words and stuff. That's where I kind of got it from. And anytime I've done it without laying those multiple tracks, I sound like a completely different person, and I never liked it.
Well, you gotta have the ear to know when it sounds right too, you know.
Yeah, I just never liked it. So I always had at least 3 or 4. Not 4. I never had 4.
There's
I always
no
have
rules
3.
when it comes to
No, there's no rules.
Yeah. As long as it sounds good at the end, that's all that matters.
I would drop 2 to 3, and then I would drop 1 overdub where I'd say like the last line of the last word of every few lines. But I don't know why we even got into that. Oh, the battle tree. Yeah, we've talked enough about that. I need royalty checks. I heard he sold 4,000
Really
copies. I think I'm responsible for at least. That's what I'm hearing. I'm responsible for at least half.
4,000. I know the supplier gets a cut. What is it? A 99-cent song, $1 song?
$1.29.
Okay, so you can get a good 30 cents off the top off. So maybe,
all right, so he gets $1.
You think he's getting pennies on it? Pennies on the dollar?
Well, I think I mean he released it himself. It's not he's got to pay a record label or anybody. I'm thinking if he's selling it, I'm sure he might have cleared 3,000. But
No.
You don't think he got 3,000?
No.
At $1, that's 4,000. $1.29, a little bit more than 4,000. I'm sure he's getting pennies on the dollar on the streaming because he could stream it on Apple Music now.
Right.
For free.
If
you pay
full
for
out purchase, we're talking.
Yeah, $1.29.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
They might have, it's on all the platforms.
30% off the top, maybe 40.
Yeah, I just want my cut, man. That's all I'm asking.
You definitely deserve it because you got a huge part in blowing this song up the way it did.
And Battle Truth.
You made everybody believe that it was.
No, it didn't make anyone believe anything.
Yes, you did.
It wouldn't have pushed if I didn't think it was dope.
That's why this is a dangerous thing with bloggers, and depending on your following, and you can change somebody's perspective.
Yeah, but I can't take it. All right, so if you just gave me, you're like, all right, DME, here's this random song that I didn't really like and whatever. It wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have worked. I couldn't play that off for that long, at least. Maybe a couple of days, but I don't know. It'd be a good experiment. Give me a really shitty song, see if I can make that happen. What's shit? By the way, I'm being serious. I'm coming out of retirement.
To do what?
I'm coming out of retirement. Listen, I cannot be who I am and have John and Battle Truth and now Loso and Twerk and all these guys dropping bars, and I'm sitting here wrote 600 songs in my day and I ain't participating.
I feel you because I feel the same way. I've been actually thinking about this the past couple days since this whole commotion.
How am I not participating?
Gives you the itch.
This is what I do.
Gives you the itch.
Yes, this is what I do.
But you have to put so much into it. You have to devote yourself 100%, 110%. And where do you find the time, and are you really?
See, that's the thing about me though. When I used to do it, I worked full time, 3 jobs, and literally I was working. When I was working, I wrote a lot of songs when I was working at Comcast, driving around different houses every day from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, without GPS, mind you. And I would have 7 addresses that I had to map out on a real map, an actual paper map that I was terrible at doing, and I was always getting lost. All right, and the entire time, Visual, I was writing bars in my car while I'm driving on a paper on my little the hands thing next to me, and I would just think of lines, and I would just write, and I would literally write from 7 in the morning to 7 at night as I'm working. I was ridiculous, and then I'd get home and record the song. That was my plan. That's what I used to do. Get home, record that shit that I wrote.
When you're at work, you can definitely like tune out your work, whatever you're doing, and just get into a creative space.
Yeah. I felt like I wrote better doing that than if I was just locked in my basement writing, because then I'd be like thinking about it too much. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because in the car, and like I wish I had. Well, I don't know if it would have hurt me, because you're always like, well, I wish I had all this technology we have now. It would have been easier, but maybe it wouldn't. Maybe because it was so hard, it actually made you, it gave you that edge, and it would be a little different, Then if everything's just so easy for you, then you maybe don't try to put it in that kind of work. I don't know. It's interesting. Like, I didn't have a digital iPad or phone. I could just write everything in, as I thought. I had to literally write it on a piece of paper.
I thought that would be easier too, and it isn't.
What, just putting it in a phone?
Yeah. Unless I have a keyboard, an actual keyboard where I can type, because I'm a good typer.
Yeah.
Like I can't write shit. Like I've put memo pad apps, even with my tablet. I tried like doing shit like that. I cannot.
And when even when it came out, like when I started getting we were able to do that. That was towards the end. I remember doing it, and I probably could go back and it's probably still in my phone, and it just wasn't the same. There's something about writing it on a piece of paper, especially when you're rapping. I recorded all my songs looking at a piece of paper, never looking at my phone.
I can keep up with my thoughts quicker typing than I can writing.
Typing? Oh, really?
Because I'll lose something if I take too long.
Yeah.
It'll completely disappear if I have like a thought idea, a little setup or something. It's always have to be like, get it down on the spot, because you're never going to remember this again.
I'm going to call Brando, man. We're about to come out of retirement. That's what's going to happen.
Well, I throw on the beats, the software, the audio software sometimes, and I try to get into the groove. Sometimes I get, I did produce a couple beats since the past couple of years, but it's so hard once you're in there, start fucking with everything. You'll focus so much attention on one little thing and the other shit isn't finished. Like you overly, I don't know, time flies and then you don't end up with shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like the way we used to do it was I was that dude who I had no patience for the technical aspects of it. That was Brando's kind of deal. He would mix it. He would make it sound right, and that would take hours. And he'd want me to wait there with him while he's doing it, and I just couldn't. I just want to get in there, rap, and leave. And so when I would just do it on my own, it never really sounded polished, because I would just, do a half-ass job of mixing it, but it sounded good to me. But when I would let him take care of that aspect of it, it would sound really good. But I just don't have the patience, man. It just like, to me, I feel like by the time all this happened, I could have written and recorded 3 more songs. While he's trying to make this little this thingy here that I don't hear.
Yeah.
Sound better.
Well, also when you're doing it for so long.
Right, though. I'm wrong. When
you're doing it for so long, your ears get fatigued and you can't work on it continuously. You got to take a break, come back to it.
That's a fact.
And shit sounds completely different when you do that. Come back to it and you're like, wow, I didn't notice this, that, and the other. Oh, this is way off when I thought it was on point.
You know what retired me? I think, where I was like, all right, I'm done. Is when the whole auto-tune craze.
I hated auto-tune at first.
09, 10, and he got really heavy into it, and I was just like, I'm done. All right, I did a song for him. He wanted me to do with auto-tunes on it. I thought it was trash.
It's actually very useful if you know how to use it.
Yeah, the singing and stuff, but I didn't have the and I didn't have the patience for it, and I don't know. Like 10 years ago, that shit was ridiculous. It was on everything. Like all like heavy auto tune. Like not like now I think they use like lighter versions of it. You know, but like what was it, the T-Pain era,
Mm.
right? That was
I always
bad.
hated on T-Pain. Never liked T-Pain like throughout the whole beginning because I thought he was
Hmm.
fraud. I didn't think he can sing.
But he's not though, right?
No, he could actually sing.
Yeah, he can actually sing. I've heard him without it on there. That's the weird part about it.
But it was just like
You know who else can sing for real? Don't make fun of me. Britney Spears.
yeah.
Have you heard her without auto tune?
I can't recall off the top, but I'm sure I have.
I listened to, if you can type it in YouTube, I listened to a dry vocal Britney Spears, nothing on it. I think of maybe that song 3 or something, and it sounded great, like perfect, and it had no effects on it.
A lot of those Disney kids that became stars like that, they all had the kind of all around complete package, so they could all sing and act and
Yeah.
camera friendly. That's like who came out of that, like Christina
Lindsay
Aguilera.
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan?
Christina Aguilera. Well, wasn't she Disney?
I don't know.
I think she was.
I didn't know she's a singer. I always known her from her fuckery.
Yeah, you don't. Nah, Lindsay's a singer. She had a couple albums. Remember? You ever saw Freaky Friday?
Freaky Friday. I don't know.
Yeah, where they switch bodies, her and Jamie Lee Curtis. That was fire. This girl made me watch one time. Come on, Nene.
Well, I was anti-radio for such a long time.
Anti-radio.
Yeah, I remember like huge Dead Prez fan. So when Dead Prez put out their second album, it was called "Turn Off the Radio." I used to bump the shit out of that because they spoke to my soul.
Did you well? Hans doesn't want to say hi.
Hola, Ponzi. ¿Cómo está?
Surgery.
She just had surgery. Oh my god.
And I look raggedy.
You look raggedy? No, you never look raggedy. But Nene's sick of it.
Come on in under the bridge with DME.
Yeah.